23 minutes past 8. When you recycle plastic, how confident are you that it goes where it should go, to a plant where it actually is recycled? If the answer is not very confident, well, there's evidence this morning you may well be right. Greenpeace have been to Turkey and found our waste, lots of it. I've been talking to Nina Schrank from Greenpeace.
Our report released today reveals evidence of UK plastic that is meant to be recycled, instead dumped and burned across southern Turkey. And we found British household packaging every site we looked at, which is 10 sites in total. And we found it dumped by roadsides, spilling into waterways and floating downstream.
How did you find it? I mean, were you able just to get in and poke around? Tell us about the process of realising that this was the case.
It's just there for anybody to see, to be honest. And we went to these 10 sites in the Adana region and we found it on top of piles of burning plastic. We found it inside the mounds of plastic. In many cases, plastic has been sort of dumped in layers and sort of covered by earth to try and disguise it. So there was a bit of an investigative work, but the evidence was clear that British plastic waste was there at every site.
Is that illegal, or is this waste that was properly taken to Turkey and was expected to be dealt with properly in Turkey?
It's illegal to send plastic waste unless it is recycled or burnt in energy from waste incinerators. But Turkey, has a low recycling rate, and it has a serious problem with waste being dumped and burned. The fact is that Turkey's own domestic recycling system are being overwhelmed by this waste. So it's a UK government responsibility not to be sending waste that should be recycled to countries that they know can't deal with it.
And they say, actually, a DEFRA spokesman, Department of Agriculture spokesman, has said we should be doing more of this at home and we want to cut down on it. If that is the case, what should they be doing?
They need to ban waste exports to all countries, and they need to take control of our waste here in the UK. It's not enough just to ban waste to a few countries. They've said non-OECD countries they will ban waste to. That doesn't include Turkey. And Turkey is receiving 40% of plastic waste exports. So they need to acknowledge this is a bigger issue than it is and ban waste to all countries.
And what would we then have to do in terms of plant and the ability to do it at home? How quickly could we do all of this at home?
We're saying this needs to be in place by 2025 at the latest. And our research shows that if we cut plastic, single-use plastic, by 50% by 2025, which is a crucial step the government needs to take if they want to be a leader in tackling plastic pollution, then there won't need to be any more recycling infrastructure built at all. We can handle what's left over within the UK.
You raise an interesting point there, don't you, actually? Because maybe the problem is not so much what we do with it as having it in the first place.
That's right. This is an overproduction problem, and the UK supermarkets aren't dealing with it. We did a report at the beginning of the year which showed that they're not cutting their plastic footprint as a sector. The government needs to step in and legislate for a 50% reduction across the board.
Nina Schrank from Greenpeace, thank you very much.